Welcome back to a very basic space program. We're just watching Luro 2 moving away, and it's on its way to some random biomes. I think it's major craters, and it's grabbing some of this Midlands science on the way because I keep forgetting it keeps driving through the Midlands and getting that. So we're not going to do much with Luro 2, however, because we've got Mars and Venus calling. So please join me. So Luro 2 has got about 480 kilometers to travel before it gets to its destination. It'll take it a little while, but we're going to let that just run along. I'm waiting for it to get to its destination because then I can put a timer in. And then I don't have a problem with it sort of, triggering stuff and we forgetting about it and it not doing stuff. There we go. It's now reached its destination. We've got a load of science and stuff. So, Vesta Space Science. Now that's interesting. Vesta is now getting stuff. Okay. Now, let's just check. Is Vesta and all of its friends doing what it needs to do? It is running. Yeah, it is running. Okay. So these things are actually running when they are around because, of course, we've had trouble with that. Let's check the Ganymede one. It is running. Let's check the Callisto one. It's waiting. That's fine. Let's check. What else have we got? Well, Luro 2. Right. So Luro's doing okay. So we're going to put a new thing in. Not that. We're going to go here, and Luro needs how long? Where are you? Major craters. Oh, we've already done a load of major crater stuff, so 77 days. So we're going to add a marker for 78 days. It's going to be Luro 2. There we go. It's good. Add that alarm. It's going to be there. But that is after everything else that's going on. So, let's go launch some craft, I think. It seems that Sea Monsters decided, because the rover is the primary target we're going to send up there, we'd control from rover, which means we have almost 0 delta V for the rover, which is why it's very confused. So we're going to actually, where are we? We're control from here, from that there. That gives us all the delta V. So we'll just try that again. Nice little feature there that saved us from this, although it has used a day up of our time. But it's good that we saw it. It's good that we saw it. So there we go. Right. Get ready, let's go for this again. You're going to get, oh look, all the entire day flashes past. See, you see all the failures. You see all the failures in this program. This is very different to everybody else's, isn't it? We're getting a lot of science coming actually as well from Vesta. So we've obviously had science backlogged while it was doing that sort of not sending, turning off thing. So I must check into that. We'll have to keep up every few months on the game, as it were, to check that that's actually happened. Otherwise, we will up with a huge amount of science backlog. At the moment, we are pretty full. So let's have a look. Here we go. Engines are starting. There we go. And solids are going to go anytime now. There we go. Oh, lovely. So we're going to go up to a 200 kilometer orbit. These solids are just immense, aren't they? Is this the single engine version? Is this is the 25, isn't it? Yeah. This is the Javelin 25. So we're putting 25 tons in, but it's actually quite heavy. The vessel's, in excess of 1,000 tons, even though it's just got one of those F1 engines at the start of it, which just shows you, doesn't it? It just makes you realise how chunky it is. So I'm going to get this thing up into the atmosphere and up and beyond and all that sort of stuff, and I will get back to you when we have something to talk about. One thing I was thinking about actually as we turn over quite sharply is that these solids are actually, they're quite impressive, aren't they? But of course, in the Javelin or the JS75, which is a very old craft now, it uses entirely different first stage engines to this, and it's a very different concept. It's very much a Russian concept as opposed to an American concept. The Javelin 75, it's cheap. I think it's cheaper. I think it's a lot cheaper, and I've always tempted to replace it because we've got the 25 and we have the 200, and we've got the 75 in the middle there. I think 100 would be a better one to have, but the 75 can't do that. Potentially, if we actually put these boosters on and had them decouple, it would, but I'm not sure. So, and you can see there they go, wonderful. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm undecided as to whether to wait until we get some really nice sort of stage combustion engines like the Raptors and build something around that concept, or to actually just uprate one of these, because if I put 3 F1 engines on, or 4 F1 engines should give me a nice first stage for 100 tons to orbit, is what I would think. So we could just scale up everything we do and get this really nice sort of design. but then I have to retool it. So I'm not entirely sure. So comment down below, what would you do? Would you just stick with the 75 and then use the 200 for anything that's over 75, or would you actually replace the 75? But primarily, the main reason I want to get rid of it is because it's so unbelievably noisy on the launch pad. Right, so our final stage is just going to give us a tiny little push into orbit. Here we go. Oh, just does it, and there we are. Beautiful. We've got a slight roll, which I'm not too happy about, but we will live with it. So now we've got to plot this thing to Mars, and we can actually see, you can actually see the craft now. So we've got our, basically, this is the lander we use for landing on the moon. We've got our capture and landing stage here, which we're going to use, and then we've got basically our transfer stage here, which should have enough delta V. I hope it's got enough delta V. We're fingers crossed it's got enough delta V. So let's get this thing plotted for Mars. So first steps, we're going to come out, we're going to find Mars. Where is Mars? Mars is over here, isn't it? There we go. Get that, target that. We're going to do a transfer. Where is it? Maneuver planner. We're going to go, I want to transfer with a advanced transfer. We're going to go pork chop selection. I'd like to go ASAP with a periaps of 135. Yeah, I quite like that. ASAP 420 40. That gives us a little bit potentially upon getting there, but I'd be tempted to get rid of that stage just for the electric charge situation. Yeah, it's probably going to be better for us to do that. What I will do is, right, what we will do is we will actually turn off the antenna. I don't know why we've got two of them. I think I do remember why I've got two of them, but let's put antenna, let's retract the antennas. There we go. Get rid of that one, and then get rid of this one. Now, while I'm thinking, what's our, in fact, you know what, just create the node there. So that's going to be in an hour. Right, let us have a look. What's our power usage like? We are actually storing power. That's good. So we can leave this attached if we need to, and we can see how it goes. Because it can then use its RCS to do all of this stuff and things that I want it to do, which is actually a positive. Right, how much RCS have we got on this? We've got plenty, I think. We'll just pop that down there. And I think we want to run towards this node, don't we? It says it's a 2-minute burn. So let's go towards it. What's it going to do to it? Yeah, of course, my orbital path is horrendous now. There we go. Stop that. 5 minutes away. Remove all nodes. Go ASAP. I'm going to create node. There we go. What does that look like to me? Is it actually going to be an intercept focus view? It is. How close are we getting? Oh, it is actually going to give us close. Okay. It would be nice to know how much delta V it requires for us to do stuff and things. There's our MEL2 lander. Add maneuver thing. There we go. Let's have a look. All the way around, and it is going to say, what's that going to cost me? It's costing me 3,000. I don't have 3,000. I have not built this for 3,000. Oh dear, that is a problem. What have we actually got? 2,600. So we're going to have to go through the atmosphere. I don't have a problem going through the atmosphere. I just need to remember where Mars' atmosphere is. So yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? So let's do this. Let's do this burn, and then we'll RCS it so that we clip the atmosphere as well. And we'll see how much delta V this has got, because this might have a little bit of leftover delta V just to give us a bit of a hand, which might be useful. Might be very useful, in fact. Right. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. Alternatively, go through the upper atmosphere a few times, just pull us down. That is another option. We want to gently approach the atmosphere anyway. So yeah, that is a thing, isn't it? Right, let's execute the node. Oh, I feel bad about this, but yeah, make it happen. Make it happen. It would help if it stopped spinning. I mean, that would be a big bonus for us, wouldn't it? And of course, we're doing our burn on the dark side of the planet, because that's where you do these things and stuff and things. I don't know how balanced this craft is. And I've also just realized that I have yet to accept the contract. So that is a problem as well. So I actually need to accept the contract. We're going to use the second rover to do that contract. And if we end up only landing the first rover with some horrible mistake, then what will happen is that Sea Monsters will cheat the contract completed because I should have accepted it right now. I mean, in reality, I could actually just, revert this flight to the launch pad, go collect the contract, and then go again. But that just seems like insanity to me. Just seems like insanity. So that there looks quite nice, doesn't it? It's slower. And a slower approach to me is always a better approach because it means we can do stuff. And where am I pointing? Oh, we're pointing that way because we're departing that way. Okay, right, that's fine. Right, team, let's go. And again, Periaps has moved like staggeringly. We've actually lost, I think we've lost about 5k on our Periaps there. So that's like, this is potentially going to be out by quite a bit. Which, of course, is annoying. Right, let's have a look. It's going to be a 2-minute burn, so we're going to speed through this. Again, yeah, comment down below. Should I cheat the contract if we actually manage to land a rover and complete it in reality? I don't know. I don't know if I would be happy with that or not. The problem is, I actually don't think you can complete it stepwise, because you have to do it stepwise. And I'd want to complete the bit that basically says new rover sort of thing. But I don't know how it works that out. We could change something and do it, but it's annoying. It's annoying because I think it doesn't show you the beta and the Charlie site. So I'd actually be better off reverting this, which just feels bad because I don't like reverting. Right, slow this down a little bit, keep our minds on it, do that there. And then we're going to get ready to, I'm going to actually shut the engine off when we get a chance. So we're going to pin that, we're going to shut the engine off at the last second because I don't want it refiring because it's got one ignition left at the moment and I might want to use that. And it is golden. Right, turn that off. Right, we're going to let this meander around. Let's go and have a look what we're looking like for stuff and things. Mars more importantly. Right, we are nowhere near. Okay. Right, so hopefully the little RCS thrust that's going to be required will fix this. If it does not, remove all nodes. I don't want to remove all nodes just yet. Where's our orbit taking us right now? It doesn't say. Is that the actual or is that the potential? Because that's the big issue I have with this. It never really shows you. Oh no, that's interesting. We're obviously on the wrong side of Mars because it's bumping us up again. So if we came in on the other side, it would actually be easier to capture, wouldn't it? Note to self. Right, the RCS should hopefully pull us into a sphere of influence at some point. Let's have a look. Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Come on, just do stuff. Come on. 5. I'm going to give you some little bits of time. 3. It's chasing it. 4, 3, 2. Not 2. Right, yeah. It is not going to do it. Right. Reset that. Do that. Pork chop it. Remove all nodes. Oh, it doesn't like that. Right, set as target. Right, let's see. I need to find out how close we are. We are pretty close. So I'm going to put me on the prograde. Put me on prograde. We'll do it old school. We will do it old school. Bit of prograde burn there is bringing us closer. Yeah, I don't really like getting closer using prograde though because it's just a nightmare. Force my roll as well. Alright. I don't know how close you need to get to be in the sphere of influence of Mars, to be fair. I don't know how big its sphere of influence is. I don't even know how big its atmosphere is. Here we go. Oh, something's happening. We're getting a pause. That's obviously when we're saving because for some reason here we go. Yeah, we got a save there. The save file for this is now getting stupidly large. Just if anybody's interested, it is horrendously large. It's uncomfortably large. I think we need to send a space station to Mars. I think one of the gateways. I think if I get the gateway and we just send it to Mars, I'm actually tempted we could rip the science thing out of it. Just have the habitation unit and the bit on the top and send that, and I think that would be okay. Maybe change it to not run on solar, although the solar should be all right now. Here we go. Right, we're on this side of Mars, so we're gonna bring it in. Hello, how are we? We're doing a bit of a stutter because we don't like to be in the sphere of these things. Yes, there we go. Right, let's have a look. So let's just bring this in. It looks as though it's actually in the plane. I was not expecting that. Interesting. Because if we had little tiny thruster engines, we could use them, but we don't. I don't have them on this stage because it's the hydrolock stage. And what we actually need to do while I'm thinking about it is, yeah, we have used a lot of that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, extreme close up. There we go. Yeah. That is a lot. I don't have another ignition on the engine, so I have to decide how important is this engine to keep. Either way, this is free fuel. It's if I run out of RCS, I can always use the RCS on the top section. Actually, thinking about it, to settle tanks if I need to, if I have to. I'd rather not, but we can do that. I don't know if this is the most efficient approach to this, but it's the one we're taking. So there we go. We could produce it, put a node in and just see what I need to do, but that way leads to craziness. I wish we could actually keep up on the screen, because I don't have to jump back here like this and go, okay, we're down to 4.7, okay, and then it takes tags, got to load up the model, and of course it's decided it's going to just freeze, because that's what it's doing at the moment. There we go. Wonderful. Right, a bit more thrust, please. Yes, we are getting to the point now where I'm gonna physical time up it. We've actually lost the marker, which is annoying. Right. We have to decide which side of the Mars do I want to come across on, and how close do I want to get to it. Right, now I need to turn the RCS off because I actually do need to put a maneuver in. We're gonna have to put a maneuver in. And I don't know why I'm jumping back to this. We have 2.63 units of monoprop left. I suppose we're getting more bang for our buck with the Hydrolox engine if we get it there. Hello? Right. So I'm going to put in maneuver planner's already up. Change inclination, because I know we can do this after a fixed time. So let's do it after 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes, give me a 180. So create that node. Then we're going to do a cheeky thing. We're actually going to edit the node. We're going to, come on, thank you. We're going to change that to 0. We're going to change that to 0. We're going to change that to 0. Right. Now we're going to play around with this. So I'm going to go this way. Nope, not that way. Thank you. Wow, this is really, really freezing up. I'm going to do this and then I will jump back to you. Right, I have identified a maneuver I want to do. However, we've also developed a roll, which is a new thing for us, which is always fun, isn't it? And I have decided we're going to it's 32 meters per second. I don't think there's 32 meters per second in the RCS system. In the RCS system? The RCS. So we're gonna sacrifice some of this top stage's RCS as well, and I think I'm going to use some of this RCS as well, because stuff and things. I mean, the landing stage 6 minutes. I'm never going to have enough RCS for that. Let's just be entirely honest. I might as well sacrifice it from all stages. Is what I'm actually thinking. Right. So then we're going to just gonna do this, and I'm going to stage that and do that. There we go. Do all of that, and we'll do it speedy up time. There we go. Speed up time. Get it going. Let's jump back to here and see how we're doing. Right. This has been a faff and a half. So what I have got is I've got a I would say gravity braking. By coming on this side of the planet, we're actually going to get a little bit of a braking effect. Anyway, I'm gonna get this done, and then we'll see what it actually looks like when it's finished. Fingers crossed, it's going to be okay. Fingers crossed. For some reason, we have a constant wobble. And I think there is a phantom force in here somewhere, which might explain why the wheels broke, if I'm entirely honest. I'm going to do this manually, horribly, and we'll see what happens. Right, I've decided not to do any more, because we're actually just wasting fuel. We are actually wasting fuel. The whole thing is just wasting fuel. If we actually turn this on, how much delta V have we got? 400. Oh, no. Hide toggles. Shut down that engine. Right. So there's 400 in that, which actually takes this to about 3,000, which is a big change. Actually, it's a change I'm happy with, which will allow us to put this into pretty much orbit, and then this. To be fair, we could go through the atmosphere as well, couldn't we? We could do some aero braking. We could actually use this for aero braking. It would be a big heavy mass, wouldn't it? That is a thought. Note to self, maybe try that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a maneuver. I've put a maneuver node in. It's in about 40 days, and it's the ascending descending node. And we're going to try and get this one to do what it needs to do at that point. Because right now, I think we've basically gone past a point on here where it's actually worth us doing it. It's very sensitive to when we do the actual maneuvers here, and doing it with RCS is not a good idea. So we're going to put that maneuver in, add it there. Give me 10 minutes. It just needs to be roughly in the right area. And that is just it's just a marker near the ascending descending node. I can't remember which one it is. So it's in 25 days. We'll sort that out. And anyway, let's go and deal with another one. All right, I have just checked, and luckily we can actually select these when we're coming to land them, because it doesn't have to be a new craft. Isn't that sensible? That's wonderful. I like that. That's a good idea. So here we go with launch number 2. This is the second Mars rover. We're going to send this up. We're going to use the Ascent Autopilot again to just get this going. And you may notice on launch that if you have a good look at the fairing, and I noticed this on the last one, but it's not doing it as much on this one. If you look at the fairing, every now and again we get like a puff of smoke from it, or a puff of light. We got one just before launch on it. It seems to have not done it again. But I do wonder if there's something going on here, particularly with the roll that we've got. Anyway, I'm going to get this into orbit, because you don't need to see too many of these launches, and there's quite a lot of them to come. And like that, we are in orbit with our second moon rover, our second Mars rover. Get it right, sea monsters. Yeah, we also have, and I don't know if you saw it at the start, we have broken wheels again. Yeah, broken wheels. They were actually broken as it loaded up. So there is something going on. I do wonder whether it's something to do with these, or whether it's just the fact it's in a fairing, it doesn't play well. I don't know. I'm sure I could put some other wheels on and see if they work, but we will just fix them once they've landed, because they're obviously very temperamental. Right, so we're going to set this up. Let's have a look. We're going to go for advanced transfer to another planet. We're going to go, let's find Mars. I will set this up, and we will have a look at what we got. Now we're going to choose that one this time, and we're going to go for ASAP, and we're going to go create node, and it's going to be in 1 hour 9 minutes. I see. So what we're going to do this time, we're going to go to here. There we go. We're going to warp to there. So we'll do that. No, we don't. We'll add maneuver there, and then we'll do that, and then we'll warp to that maneuver. And then we're going to redo the maneuvers, because, of course, our purpose and periaps will, of course, no doubt change, because that's what happens. So we're going to reset that. We're going to go ASAP. We're going to go create node. There we go. Reset. Remove all nodes. Create node. There we go. Right. 47. Really? Okay, so this time we have to use some of our stage to do this. That's interesting. How How close an encounter do we get? Focus view. That's interesting. So we're actually coming in with a bit more oomph this time. Interesting. That's probably a better situation, actually, although we'll see. No doubt it'll be a worse transfer. What's that second maneuver actually going to cost us? That's the problem. So this one we know about. It's a lot. Wow, there's a lot of inclination change in it. These are not the most efficient of maneuvers, are they? And then this one is 2-3. Oh, so we might actually be okay. Okay, interesting. Hadn't really understood. That's a really interesting one. So that's more energy now, but less later. Okay, I'm excited about that. Let's execute the node, I think. Turn the RCS on. Let it sort us out. We can watch it from the relaxation of this screen. Well, we can't because it's now frozen again because we are constantly having problems with it freezing at the moment. There we go. Thank you. Right. It's gonna spin it around. We've got about 2 minutes until the burn, so that's not a big issue. I'm thinking it's trying to stop it spinning, which is good. I will just get this to the point of burning, and then we shall see it start its burn, and then we shall probably see it end its burn, and then we'll move on to the next one because there's very little interesting to see. And of course, this one will be perfect. It will put us exactly where we need to be, and we won't have to do any minor corrections. Of course, for this one, the RCS in that first stage is going to be wasted. So I'm gonna when it actually fires, I'm going to use the RCS. So I'm going to use it now, in fact. There we go. Get it all nice and ready going. And I'm just going to hold my finger on the RCS and use it through the entirety of this. Because we can, and it will actually save us delta V if I use it up earlier. So I'm going to get this all the way through. It's going to be really boring for me because I have to keep my finger on the RCS button. But I shall see you in about 2 and a bit minutes. Right, we're in the last 30 seconds of the burn. Well, actually, last 25 seconds of the burn now. I have been holding my finger down on the RCS all this time. We've used a good chunk of it. I mean, not half of it, but a good chunk of it. Which does make me go, you know what, in a situation like this, if I know this is going to happen, I would have just removed the RCS or I'd have reduced it significantly because we can't use it for anything. It's just wasted mass. So we're now departing the sphere of influence. We've got the spin round on the camera there. That's good. And we've got about 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds left on this stage. We're going to keep firing that. We've got no more ignitions on this, so we're going to have to stage. There we go. That is now staged. Wonderful. And then this thing is going to finish it off. And this stage it's a workhorse now, isn't it? I could have actually used we have a bigger stage now. I could have used a bigger stage for this that I'm using for some other bits and bobs. But I've used this one, and actually I think I'm probably going to regret it, which is annoying because I think I would have liked a bit more bang for my buck on it. There we go. Right, I need to shut down that. Shut down. Come on. Don't freak. It's going to save again. We're doing the savings. Grab that one, shut that down. Grab that one, shut that down. There we go. Right, let's actually have a look. What are we looking like in the old map view when the map view works? Because the map view is now playing up as well. I think I need to restart this game in between these things. We are not on target. That's disappointing because that burn seemed to go okay. I wonder whether the RCS hasn't counted or something. Let's have a look. It's not, is it? No, it is. It is showing an encounter. Is it? It's sort of showing an encounter, but it isn't showing an encounter. How odd. Let's get rid of this node here. Whoa, stop. Right. Put me on prograde, please. Right, this is just getting annoying now with Mars. So there is something going on. I wonder whether that was even correct, that burn. It's like it's calculating and miscalculating. Is it even? Yeah, we're not even out there yet. Yeah, we're not out there yet, are we? Just give me a little bit of a push. Come on. We're going back to Earth at this rate. It's nice, isn't it? Come on, what's the altitude of Mars? 244. We're miles off. I mean, we are crossing it there. It says, but it's not showing as an intercept, which is really not good. I think we're gonna have to put a node in again. Wow, what a boring episode, just putting nodes everywhere. Right, I'm gonna set this up and then we shall have a look at what we need to do. We have a burn, it's about 17 meters per second. We were actually really short of what we should have actually had. I wonder whether the actual decouplers impact that at all, or whether there's something going on there. It's almost as if they're getting stuck, or it's suggesting there's some sort of force from the decoupler that it's not taking into account, and it doesn't like decoupling mid-stage. I don't know. We're going to execute the next node. What I am going to do is have to turn some engines on though, which I've just realized. We'll turn 2 on, give us a little bit of control. 17 meters per second. So it'll be a nice little thrust. So we'll have that one, and we shall have this one. There you go. I don't need to use all 4 because this will give me hopefully a more accurate approach. So yeah, both of our Mars craft, and this is something I always find with Mars, there's certain planets you find really easily to do. It's like some of the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. Some of them really easy to find rendezvous with, things like that. Some places just annoying. Mars is one of those. It's sort of far enough out, and yet I don't know, it's just a little annoying. So hopefully this will work and we'll get us onto it, and there we go. There we are. And then we'll just do a little bit of prograde. There we go, burn that in. All the way in to put us, I don't know, do we want to dip into the atmosphere? We could dip into the atmosphere, but that might be a bit cheeky. Right, turn off the old RCS so we don't get any swing going on. Now, of course, when we go traveling through space, this will again move. So we will, of course, miss out on all of this. Now, let's see. So capture is 1,000. Okay. And to bring it into circular, we're looking at 2,300. We have that. We actually do have that. How much to put it into the atmosphere? 2,350. We actually have that. So we could, using this stage, put it into the atmosphere. What I would probably prefer to do, this stage doesn't have nuclear power, does it? Because it would have been really nice to leave it in orbit actually as a relay, because it has relay capability. Well, I guess we're not going to have another relay around Mars, and we have lost one of our most recent relays, so yeah. We don't have power on it, do we? No, we don't. Right. In which case, this thing gonna go now. We're going to go and let's see. That's the next maneuver, is it? I'm going to probably be able to leave this one until it's out of the sphere of influence. Now, when is our next set of launches is the question. We have, this one's going to be 2 days. We've got 13 days, so we can watch this one actually get out of the sphere of influence. But I don't want to do it from here. I think I want to do, let's add a timer. Let's add, no, I don't want that. I just want a plain timer. I want it in 3 days. 3 days time, okay? Because we've got the Muro one there that we're gonna have to go and deal with as well. Right, so in 3 days time, we're going to come back to this. We'll get rid of that as soon as we leave. So let's do that. Let's see how they both look. Right, we are back with Muro 2. Muro 2 this is. Muro 1's still 15 days away from its sort of maneuvers. And we're just going to have a look and see if this... Look at the size of that. It's a huge radius on that. We're going to see if we are actually still getting our encounter with Mars, because of course let's have a look. I can't see for that. Move out the way, please. Right, no, not that. That's the one. Focus view. Am I still getting the same encounter? Is it still nice and good? I mean, it's probably moved. It does look as though it's moved, maybe. This is the thing that's annoying me the most with this at the moment: the freezing up and the pausing and the moving. Right. I think that's in the same place. So I think the best thing is to not watch it when it goes over the boundaries. We're going to add in a thing 10 minutes away. Add it there. Right. So that's going to be when. When is this one going to arrive? Let's have a look. Oh, there it is. Right. Oh, it's already put it in. How exciting for us. We'll get rid of that. Right, there we go. Okay, that it's already got one in. Okay. What's that say? 15 minutes before? Okay, well, I obviously set these up very cleverly. Right, so that's going to be 15 minutes before. So that will be it for this episode. We have got, let's have a look. We've got the Venus missions next time. We've got the Muro 1 to do a maneuver with because we'll try and get it closer. It might end up just being a science orbiter if we can't get it closer, or we'll try and ram it through the atmosphere somehow, do something interesting with it. We potentially have the Jupiter launches. We also have a space station going to the moon, so we've got that to do, and stuff and things. And we've also got our crew on a space station as well. How long have they been up there? 127 days now, and counting. They've been up for like almost 50 days, over 50 days. So we've got loads to do. So until next time, have a great one.